The third sentence is this. If I believed that Jesus Christ visits us in the counterpart, I would be more gentle with the counterpart. We can see that the transitive verb believed in the subordinate clause is stated in the past tense. As the subordinate clause is linked by the conjunctive verb if, we can understand that the transitive verb believed is certain not to describe the past point in time of the speaker as the subject, because the speaker as the subject didn't actualize indicated by the transitive verb in the past. The speaker at the present is able to state the subordinate clause. The assumed action in the past is stated to cause the different condition, the present, and this is stated in the main clause with the phrase of the be verb would be. The speaker describes the condition that the speaker as the subject did not actualize in the past with the transitive verb believed in the subordinate clause. The point in the past when the definition of the be verb was started to be assumed indicates the same point in the past when the definition of the transitive verb believed was assumed to be actualized. We can understand that the present that the speaker exists is right here, and the transitive verb believed describes the past point in time, and the modal verb would reveals that the speaker considered the other condition with the present. So the transitive verb believed and the modal verb would reveal the same point in the past when the speaker started to assumes condition with the present. The be verb be described by the modal verb would in the main clause describes the condition that was assumed to be actualized as the effect of the point in the past when the definition of the transitive verb believed was considered to be actualized. From now on, we will study about the modal verb could. The modal verb could describes the definition of the verb to reveal the assumption that the definition of the verb was able to be actualized in the past. The speaker at the present assumes the possibility to cause the different experience, condition, or action with the present experience, condition, or action. So the modal verb could reveals the speaker deals with the assumption in the past. The speaker reveals the point in the past when the speaker started to the possibility of the definition of the verb described by the modal verb could to be actualized. So we can understand that the modal verb could is applied to reveal that the clause is stated in the past tense. The first sentence is this. If I have studied the Bible, I could identify that the righteous spontaneity comes from the Holy Spirit. We can see that the subordinate clause is stated in the present perfect tense to reveal the assumed experience from the point in the past to the assumed point that can be the present. But the speaker does not have the experience described by the subordinate clause at the present. So the speaker states the assumed experience in the subordinate clause linked by the conjunctive adverb if. And then the speaker states the possible condition from the assumed experience stated in the subordinate clause in the main clause with the phrase of the transitive verb could identify. The speaker states the subordinate clause stated in the present perfect tense to assume the experience from a point in the past to the point at the present with the phrase of the intransitive verb have studied. The speaker states the main clause with the phrase of the transitive verb could identify to reveal the possibility about the condition assumed to be caused by the assumed experience that the subordinate clause states. The speaker assumes the effect of the experience as the possible condition. The fifth sentence is this. If I had read the Bible earlier, it would not have taken so much time to recognize the repetition. The subordinate clause is stated in the past perfect tense with the phrase of the intransitive verb had read. The subordinate clause describes the assumed experience from the far point in the past to the close point in the past. And then the speaker states the main clause to reveal the effect of the assumed experience stated in the subordinate clause. The speaker assumes experience in the main clause with the phrase of the intransitive verb would not have taken. The speaker assumes the assumed experience at the close point in the past when the experience stated in the subordinate clause was declared to be complete. Then the close point in the past that the assumed experience was complete is the start of the new assumption of the experience stated in the main clause. The speaker states the subordinate clause and the main clause about the two continuous experiences that are assumed. The speaker states the subordinate clause with the phrase of the intransitive verb had read to state the assumed experience from the far point in the past to the close point in the past. The form of the intransitive verb had reveals that the speaker declared the completion of the experience at the close point in the past when the assumed experience was complete. The speaker states the assumed experience from the far point in the past to the close point in the past in the subordinate clause is the cause of the assumed experience from the close point in the past to the present in the main clause. The assumed present we can clearly state because of the modal verb would. The speaker describes the intransitive verb have with the modal verb would to reveal the fact that the close point in the past when the speaker the completion of the assumed experience from the far point in the past in the subordinate clause is the same as the point in time when the experience from the close point in the past to the assumed present was started to be in the main clause.